Golden State Media Concepts presents the GSMC Classics series, with episodes of some of your favorites from a day gone by, a time gone by. Join us as we time travel to some of your classic favorites from yesteryear. The GSMC Podcast Network invites you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the GSMC Classics series on the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network.
Have you invested in United States savings bonds this week?
How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? This is your host, Kenny Delmar, introducing Guest Star, one of a series of programs produced and transcribed in New York and presented by this station and United States Savings Bonds as a public service. Our guests for this program, Abbott and Costello. But before you meet these devotees of the gentle art of the yak, here are the Savings Bonders and the Savings Bonds Orchestra under the direction of Dennis Agay. A word of advice to keep your sunny side up.
Keep your sunny side up, up, hide the side that gets blue. If you have 9 suns in a row, baseball teams make money, you know. Keep your funny side up, up, let your laughter come through. Do stand upon your legs, be like 2 Fridays, keep your sunny side up. Keep it up and high, the side that gets blue. Keep your sunny side up. Keep your funny side, let your laughter come through. Stand upon your legs, be like 2 Fridays, let your laughter come through. Stand upon your legs and be like 2 Fridays, with your honey, keep your sunny side on.
Yes, indeed, keep your sunny side up. Now, throughout the ages, the history of mankind is the history of attachments between 2 people. Attachments so great that their names have become immortal. There was Adam and Eve, Mark Antony and Cleopatra, Abelard crying for Eloise, Romeo serenading his Juliet, and Costello calling for his...
Hey, Abbott!
Why don't you keep quiet? We're down here to do a job, Lou.
Oh, that's
It's
swell.
a beautiful studio here, too.
You like it here?
The marvelous studio?
I like it.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Hey, Abbott.
What?
Get a load of that beautiful wall over there.
Well, oh, yes.
Know what that wall reminds me of?
What?
This one over here.
Well, naturally. Walls are walls. Suppose you walked over there and you bored a hole in that wall.
All right, I walk over there and I bore a hole in the wall.
Why? Why should you go over there and bore a hole in that wall?
I'm not boring a hole in the wall.
Why should you go over there and bore a hole in that wall?
Oh, no, you just said to me, suppose you go over there and bore a hole in the wall.
That's not the
I was
question.
stupid enough to say I'll go and bore a hole in the wall, but you're not going to put that blame on me,
Now,
brother.
wait a minute, take it
I
easy.
don't go around boring no holes in
Just
walls.
no arguments,
I
please.
mean, after all, if I want to get out of here, I don't have to go out through a hole in the
I
wall.
know that.
They got exites here if I want to get out.
Exites?
Oh, yeah.
What makes you so dumb?
That just comes to me natural.
That's what I thought. Look, suppose you walk into a baseball park. What teams are playing?
I don't know.
Then what are you doing in the baseball park? You
You got me in there, now get me
see?
out.
Wait a minute. What is the first thing you buy when you enter a baseball park?
A hot dog.
A hot dog.
Without mustard.
Oh, no, mustard goes with a hot dog.
Not with mine.
Mustard goes with a hot dog. It's
I don't
got
care
to-
what the mustard goes with. I'm not going to eat it. I don't like it. I mean, after all,
Wait
who
a
are
minute. Just a minute. Now, don't get excited. The mustard and the hot dog go together.
you? Let them go together. I don't want to spoil any romance.
Who's talking about a romance?
I mean, after all, if I don't like mustard, I don't have to eat it for you or anybody else.
All right, I didn't know.
What do you think you are, big man? If you tell me to eat mustard, I got to eat mustard.
Well, let's forget about it.
I got my likes and
All right,
dislikes.
all right, we'll forget
I'm
about
not going to eat mustard for you or
All right,
anybody
so you
else,
don't have to eat
brother.
it.
I mean, after all, mustard burns my tongue, and I'm not going to burn my tongue for you or nobody
All right,
else.
don't eat it. Forget
It's
it.
a free country.
I know that.
If you want to eat mustard, you eat it.
All
If
right.
you don't, you don't
All right,
have
well,
to.
don't shout.
There's no law says you got to
No,
eat
I
mustard.
know that.
Mustard makes me sick,
All right,
brother.
don't eat, all right.
Who do you think you are to tell me I got to eat
Look,
something that I don't want to eat?
Listen, please.
I'm a
not-
married man. I got a wife and 2 children.
I understand that.
If I eat mustard, I get sick. I can't work. What happens to my kids?
Just a minute.
They wind up in the orphan asylum.
now, Lou.
You're a fine guy, sending my kids to an
Now, take
orphan
it easy.
asylum.
Don't get excited. Lou.
What did my kids ever do
Nothing
to you?
at all. I'm
All
not-
right, you got to put them
Now,
away in
wait
the
a
orphan
minute, Lou.
asylum.
This is
Come
ridiculous.
on. Get my kids out of the orphan
Now, wait a
asylum.
minute. What started all this nonsense?
Mustard.
Mustard. Wait a minute, just a minute. You just don't like mustard.
I
Give me a
like
reason.
Worcestershire, George.
You like what?
Worcestershire,
Worcestershire share shorts.
You can't even say it.
Yeah, but you don't like mustard.
I love Worcestershire.
Look, suppose you walk out on the bridge and you jump off. Let me
I'm
ask-
not jumping off any bridge.
Then what are you doing on the bridge?
There's
You
two
see?
things I don't like, and it's bridges and mustard. And if you want to burn me up, brother, all you got to do is stick me in the middle of a bridge with a handful of mustard.
Look, wait a minute, just a minute. You don't like mustard. Give me a reason. What are you, some big shot or something? Too big a guy to like mustard?
I don't care for the
Wait.
stuff. I'm not going to
You know-
do that.
Do you know where mustard comes from?
Huh?
You know where mustard comes from?
I know they don't scrape it off a mustard plaster.
No. They manufacture mustard. Do you know they spend millions of dollars every year to put up factories just to manufacture mustard?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know those factories employ thousands and thousands of men just to manufacture mustard?
Oh, yeah.
And you, just because you don't like mustard, what do you want them to do? Close those factories down and put all those people out of work?
Now, just a minute.
No one shout at me.
Do you mean to stand there and tell me that those thousands of people are making one little jar of mustard just for me?
No, wait a minute, let me...
If they are, you can tell them not to make any more, because I'm not going to eat
All
it.
right, well, let's forget it.
If I eat that little jar of mustard that those thousands of people are making for me in a mustard factory, what happens to the poor people working in a Worcestershire factory?
Wait a minute. Just a minute. Let's close one factory at a time.
Take all the people I put out of work in a mustard factory and put them back to work on that bridge and build it up again.
Now, wait a minute. Look, why don't you answer
What
this
has
question?
all this got to do with me boring a hole in the wall?
Never
That's
mind
what
that.
started
Listen,
the whole work.
you'll get a bill for that before you leave the studio. All I want to know is...
I got one
Just a
bill
minute.
already.
Answer one question, will you, please? Just one teeny-weeny
Ask
question.
me something with a little sense to it.
Will you answer it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, say you walk into a restaurant. You walk into a restaurant, and the waiter places on one side of the table a big, juicy steak, and one side a platter of beans. Now, which one would you eat?
I ate the steak.
You'd eat the steak. You
Yeah.
know where that steak comes from?
A cow.
A cow.
I hope.
You hope. You know what that cow gives?
No.
That cow gives milk.
No, she don't. You got to take it away from
Ah,
me.
yeah.
Oh, boy, that was wonderful. Abbott and Costello, simply wonderful. And here's a musical bouquet for you from Dennis Segay, the Savings Bonders, and the Savings Bonds Orchestra. A medley of songs from one of your wonderful, wacky film feasts, Rio Rita.
Life is sweet.
Costello.
Yes. What do you want?
Got $3 on you?
Huh?
I asked you if you have the sum of $3 in legal tender.
Oh, I was afraid you were asking me if I had $3.
I was.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Why do you want to know if I got $3?
Well,
Trying to make a touch, huh?
No, I was only...
Why must you always try to borrow? Why don't you go to work?
No, why don't you shut up? I just wanted to show you how you can get $4 for every $3 you got.
Something sounds awfully fishy around here.
Not at all, Lou. Now, if you just give your money to my Uncle Sam, he'll give you back $4 for every $3 you give him in 10 years.
4 for 3?
4 for 3.
In 10 years?
In 10 years.
Your Uncle Sam?
My Uncle Sam.
How's he related to you? On your mother's side, your father's side, or on your honest side?
Oh, Costello, come on. Look, please, Lou.
What's the hitch?
No, there's no hitch. Just give Uncle Sam your money. He gives you a savings bond. In 10 years, you get back $4 for $3. Simple.
You must think I am, too.
No.
What's the trouble, fellas?
Well, you see, Costello here doesn't believe he can get $4 for every $3 he invests in Uncle Sam's savings bond.
Oh, did you tell a whopper?
I
do so believe you, Abbott. I just don't trust you.
No.
Yeah, but Abbott's right, Lou. United States savings bonds do return $4 for every $3.
United States savings bonds? Why, I know all about them. I buy some every week, regularly. And my uncles and aunts and my cousins, my whole family, they all buy them every week, too. Right where they work.
Yeah. They make chin straps for people who lose their heads.
Well, the payroll savings plan is the easy, regular way to save.
They got all the details from the boss. He fixed them up good.
I'd like to fix you up good. Stealing credit for my idea.
Your idea?
Yeah.
Your idea? Why, I knew the United States savings bonds are the world's finest investment. I buy loads of them. And my advice to everyone is to buy some U.S. savings bonds now and buy them regularly.
This is your host, Kenny Delmar, signing off for Guest Star, one of a series of programs presented by this station and United States Savings Bonds as a public service. Guest Star is produced and transcribed in New York. I want to thank Abbott and Costello for some splendid slapsticking. Until next we meet, here's a question to remember.
Have you invested in United States savings bonds this week?
They're a good buy. Goodbye, that is.
Here's The Veteran, starring Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. Here's The Veterans, a fast-moving quarter hour of entertainment and helpful information brought to you transcribed by the top-flight talent of radio in cooperation with the Veterans Administration. Dedicated to the citizens who served in our armed forces, now working shoulder to shoulder with their fellow Americans to make a stronger and better America for us all. Before I introduce our stars, I'd like to take a moment to tell all you veterans about one of your buddies. It's about a woman veteran, a nice girl bent on making a go of her peacetime job. She had trouble getting started in the right job. So, after several attempts, decided to go to the Veterans Administration for help. VA vocational advisors reviewed her education, her experience, and so forth, and gave tests to find out her aptitudes and interests. Then they advised a course in a business college. She took their counsel, and today our veteran is happy and making an excellent grade. When she graduates, a job will be waiting for her in an export firm. Now, the moral of this story is simply this. You veterans training for future careers may prefer to do it all by yourselves. But if you want friendly assistance and expert advice, the VA is always ready to give it to you. It's always ready to help you make the most of your educational benefits. And now, here they are, the stars of our shows, Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. Isn't it wonderful to be back in California, Lou?
I had fun to be back in California.
Yes.
Boy, did I have fun coming in on a plane. I told jokes and all the passengers rolled on the floor.
Were your jokes that funny?
No, I loosened all their safety belts.
Hey, what about that beautiful blonde?
Stop each other, huh?
What about that beautiful blonde? You know, the one you met in New York. Are you going to write to her?
It's no use, Abbott. I couldn't get the first base with her.
Why not?
Her husband was on second.
Oh, you idiot. You idiot. I don't know what woman would see in you anyway.
Oh, I guess I'm just irresistible. Well, even tonight, coming down here on the bus, the lady conductor punched out, "I love you," on my transfer.
Oh. Costello, you'll never be happy. Like my wife, Betty, and I. Oh, yes. Did you see her tonight? Oh, Betty. Oh, didn't she look beautiful, Lou?
Yeah, she was wearing her new makeup.
Yeah.
Dutch crimson, number 4.
Never mind that. Did my brother Norman meet you at the airport?
Yes, and right away he dragged me into a joint to celebrate. Abbott, Norman had 1 bottle of beer and passed out cold.
My brother Norman passed out from drinking 1 bottle of beer.
He didn't drink it. I hit him over the head with it.
Idiot.
You know, he popped his hair in the middle now.
Yeah, all right, wait a minute, just a minute. Didn't I see you and your brother Pat down at San Pedro this morning? What were you doing there?
Well, Pat was trying to buy one of them new Navy surplus boats.
Well, what do you and your brother Pat want with a boat? You know nothing about boats.
Oh, is that so, Abbott? I joined the Navy when I was 4 years old.
How did you do that?
I lied about my age.
Who did you sail with?
Who did I sail with?
Yes.
I was on a ship with Captain Epson.
I never heard of Captain Epson.
He's an old salt.
Rob, did you have any dangerous experiences in the Navy?
Well, one time a schooner capsized on me.
What did you do?
What could I do? I wiped off the bar and ordered another one.
Don't be a dog, Lou. I don't believe you've ever been to sea. You know absolutely nothing about the sea.
Abbott, it so happens tonight that my bedtime story is going to be all about the sea. It's the story of Moby Dick. I tell the story all by myself, Abbott, and I don't need any help from you. So why don't you call up the Automobile Club and show them what a real wreck looks like?
All right, now, go ahead and tell your story.
Now, Moby Dick was a great big whale.
Yes,
and Moby Dick, as I said before, he was a big whale.
A mammal. A whale is a mammal.
You're interrupting a little early.
I said a whale is a mammal.
Yes, he was a mammal.
Yeah.
He was not a mammal, Abbott. How could he be a mammal? His name was Dick. He was a popple, and he had 7 fiddles. Now, shut up. Let me tell a story.
All right, go ahead.
You're getting me a little burnt up already.
Take it easy. Don't get excited now.
I'm not getting excited.
All right, you look it.
Oh, do I? Now, Moby Dick was a great big whale, and he lived in the ocean. He loved to swim. When the water came up, he'd swim in. When the water went down, he'd swim out.
Yeah, he swam with the tide.
Yes. Can I have that again?
He swam with the tide. Tide.
Oh, he didn't wear any tides. He was so big, he couldn't get a pair of tides to fit him, Abbott. Yes. Don't get me mixed up in the story now. I'm getting a little mad.
Go ahead.
Now, I gotta be nice again.
All right, go ahead.
Now, nobody could catch Moby Dick.
When do we laugh at this thing?
They're laughing before they're supposed to.
All right.
Don't laugh now.
All right, take it easy.
Now, when anybody come after Moby Dick, he'd squirt water at them through his nose.
Not nose, spout. Spout.
Yes, he spout.
Yeah.
About time you keep your big mouth shut. Well, let me finish the story.
Go ahead, I'm waiting for the finish.
Now, one day, Moby Dick was swimming along, and he passed a shark that was stalking up a skew. What kind of shark?
Now, who said that?
I did. That's in case you asked.
I'm not interested.
This is a pool shark. Now, get out of here before I bank your head in the side pocket.
Now, take it easy.
Now, Moby Dick was hungry. He was very hungry for a big whale, so he grabbed a great big clam.
Abalone?
Huh?
Abalone?
Abalone. But this is no baloney. This is a true story.
No, you said anything about baloney. Who said it?
Who did?
You did. I didn't say anything.
What did you say?
I said abalone.
There you go. You said it again.
No, you dummy. I said the whale was eating abalone.
Where would the whale get baloney in the ocean?
No.
He was eating a great big clam.
Abalone is a clam.
Oh, you like that? They're making baloney out of clams.
No. Don't make a baloney out of clams. The kind of clam I'm talking about is abalone.
A clam is abalone?
That's right.
One of us is nuts. Abbott, why don't you baloney up and let me come and finish my story?
You mean clam?
Didn't you just tell me that clam is abalone?
That's right.
Well, if you don't shut your clam, I'll hit you over the head with a baloney.
All right, now, don't get into that.
Now, Moby Dick was a friendly whale. He liked to play with the fish, especially the itty-bitty little fishy.
Guppies?
Sure, he. What was that?
Guppies. Have you ever heard of guppies?
Oh, I listen to guppies all the time. Guppy's Tavern. Now, Moby Dick was swimming along. One day he saw a swordfish fighting with a mackerel. The swordfish stabbed the mackerel, then he stabbed him again, then he stabbed him again, then he stabbed him again.
Poor little
Then he
mackerel.
stabbed him again.
Poor little mackerel must have been full of holes.
Yeah, he was a holy mackerel.
Hello.
Will you stop laughing now?
Well, when do we laugh at it?
I'm not even finished with the story yet. Then the swordfish saw Moby Dick, and he lunged at him. And he lunged at him. And Moby Dick lunged at the swordfish, and the swordfish lunged at Moby Dick.
Well, what happened?
They had lunch together. And then Moby Dick paid the check. He was a very wealthy whale, Abbott. He owned stores all over the country.
Now, look, don't get silly. What kind of stores could a whale
Abbott,
own?
ain't you never heard of the whale and drugstores?
Well, all right, go ahead.
Now, Moby Dick didn't feel so good, so he went to see the Dr. Fish.
Dr. Fish?
Yeah, he was a famous surgeon. Well, he was, too. He was a great physician. Now, when he got to the surgeon's office, there was a walrus there having a tooth pulled.
Not too tusk.
Huh?
Tusk.
Oh, yes. Well, tusk, you and a couple of pools.
All right.
Now, also in the surgeon's office was a big fish with band-aids stuck on both sides of his jaw.
What was the matter with him?
He was plastered to the gills.
Why didn't he come to the surgeon's office?
Well, he just stopped in for the halibut.
All right, go ahead.
Then a quartet of fish came in and started singing.
Now, wait a minute. A quartet of fish?
Oh, what a quartet of it. First tuna, second tuna, barracuda, and bass. They sang for scale.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they were always good for a fin of peace. Suddenly a voice hollered,
Eyes regusted, brother Crawfish. Let's all go home. Who was that?
That was a kingfish.
The king?
On the way home, Moby Dick, he passed a school of fish.
Well, what kind of fish?
How do I know what kind of fish?
Well, were they weak fish?
What do I know about their physical condition?
All right.
Well, I know that a couple of them were Gershwin fish.
Gershwin fish?
Yeah, Porgy and Bess.
Now, just a minute. Porgy and Bess had nothing to do with this.
Oh, they did too.
Oh, no.
Some of our best tuners come from Porgy and Bess. I got plenty of them.
Stop. This is ridiculous. What happened to Moby Dick?
Now we're getting near the end.
That's it. Come on.
Very sad ending, Abbott.
All right, let's hear it.
One day he swam away and nobody ever saw the big whale again. He swam away. Abbott, you're supposed to say Costello. I'll tell you where he went. And I
want to know where.
Okay,
listen.
now.
Go ahead. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
I naturally would ask you that.
I started the story and I'm going to finish it. Whales are just like elephants, Abbott. They have a graveyard where they go to die. No matter where a whale lives, he goes to the whale's graveyard to die. Whales swim thousands of miles. From the Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic Ocean, from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean, against currents, over reefs, through storms, hurricanes, typhoons, and monsoons. They swim and they swim until they get to the whale graveyard. And when they get there, Abbott, they die. They die? Yeah, it's the trip that kills them.
Veterans, we all like to have a good laugh at most anything, but there are some things too serious to kid about. One of them is the welfare and future security of a man's wife and family. To ensure future security, it's wise for everybody to figure out some sensible plan. And you veterans can't afford to make your plans without taking a good, close look at your National Service Life Insurance. GI insurance is cheap. It's safe. It fits the average veteran's peacetime insurance needs to a T. So if you have GI insurance now, hang on to it. If you have dropped it, your Veterans Administration wants you to know this. It's not too late to get it back. This is what the VA advises you to do. Get all the facts about your GI insurance. Go to the nearest VA office for information. Or, if you prefer, see your Red Cross, the veterans organizations, or life insurance men cooperating with the VA. Then make up your mind. And now back to Bud Abbott and Lou Costello as they set sail for a fishing trip.
Costello, I weighed the anchor and we're ready to cast off. Get up on the bridge there and act as first mate. Aye, sir.
Okay.
Haul anchor! Haul anchor! Port your missing! Port your missing! Loop your poop deck! Loop your poop deck! Bang down the hatches! Run up the rigging! Reef in the mainsail! Spread Hero Spinso. How's the starboard? Man the force. Costello, I thought you were a sailor. Look, you got the helm caught in the rigging. Well, get the helm out of here.
Hello, Louis. Hello. Louis Costello's a lousy sailor.
Who said that? So that's the ship's parrot.
Oh. Hello, Polly. Polly want a cracker? Polly want a cracker? Polly want a cracker? That's all I hear. Why don't somebody offer me a ride twisting?
Never mind that, Bud Costello. I should never come on this fishing trip with you. But there's dangerous reefs out there. There's a storm coming up. Now, man the wheel and get us through those reefs. Aye, aye, sir. What a terrible storm. This is my chance to be a hero. Can I get my ship and my crew safely through these Abbott seas? Can I navigate the swirling waters of the jagged reef? Can I bring my ship untouched through the treacherous shoals?
Evidently not.
Veterans tribute from Bud Abbott and Lou Costello with Jimmy Ennis and his orchestra, who with their sponsors and the American Federation of Musicians, the American Federation of Radio Artists, the Advertising Council, and this station have donated their services and time to the Veterans Administration as a public service. Tune in again for another star-studded Here's the Veterans Show. And veterans, for advice and help on your insurance, education, loans, medical care, and other benefits, write or visit your nearest Veterans Administration office. Remember, a well-adjusted veteran means a happier and more prosperous America. This is Michael Roy speaking. And now a word from your local announcer.
This is KPFK in Los Angeles, and that was Here's to Veterans, starring Bud Abbott and Lou Costello.
You've been listening to the GSMC Classics series, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Follow us at www.gsmcpodcast.com and find all of our timeless programming by typing GSMC Classics into any podcast app, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and more. Remember to subscribe to the GSMC Classics series podcasts of your choice to stay up to date on new episodes. And if you could take a minute to give us a nice review, that really helps us to get this ageless programming out to others who would enjoy it just as much as you have. Check out all of our GSMC Classics series podcasts. Whether you're in the mood for comedy, romance, adventure, history, science fiction, horror, or anything in between, the GSMC Classics series has you covered. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program on the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network.